Good morning and welcome to this time of devotion with Pulaski Heights United Methodist Church. I am Kathleen McMurray, one of the pastors here, and it is my joy to be with you this morning. I appreciate and give thanks for your taking the time out of your day to spend this time with us and with God this morning. I wanted to share with you a scripture passage from Genesis chapter 9. This happens after the familiar story of Noah building the ark and the floodwaters coming upon the earth. And after the waters have subsided, God shares these words of comfort with Noah and his family. God said, "This is the sign of the covenant that I am making between me and you and every living creature that is with you for all future generations. I have set my bow in the clouds, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth and the bow is seen in the clouds, I will remember my covenant that is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth." I've joked sometimes before when there is a ton of rain that is coming down and it seems like a torrential downpour is just absolutely never ending. I've joked that if this passage was not in Scripture, I would be doubting a little bit whether or not the earth was going to be destroyed by water. While we have not had days of torrential rainpour, we have had a number of months that seems like it might lead to the destruction of the earth. There is so much now that seems overwhelming. There is so much now that seems like the world, as we know it, is completely falling apart and destroyed. And sometimes we may look for a sign like a rainbow, a sign, a reminder from God as people of faith that no, the earth is not being destroyed as we speak. But sometimes the actions of God and the reminders of God's presence with us may not appear in as obvious of a way as a rainbow in the sky. Sometimes the reminders of God's presence are simple. In the phone call from a friend, a smile in the eyes that you can see of someone behind a mask. Sometimes the reminders of God's presence is the wind in the trees on a hot day, or the sound of birds and the reminder of new life that is coming into the world. I want to invite you to take some time today as you go through whatever this day may bring for you, to take some time and look around you and to look for God and look for God's presence. Because while it may not be a rainbow in the sky, the signs of God's promise, the signs of new life, the signs of God's presence with us are indeed all around us. And that is good news indeed, my friends. May you be blessed and may you have a good day. Thank you again for joining us.